So just out for a walk in the lovely nature, but got to head home now and make a video with some predictions for WWDC 2017. Let's get into it. Hey guys, it's Simon from Tech My Life Video, and I've got the sun breaking beautifully through the trees here. Decided to come outside on this beautiful day, although every man and his dog seems to have decided that right now is a good time to drive home for some reason. So you might be able to hear a bit of car noise in the background, but hey, that's life. So yeah, let's talk WWDC 2017. So WWDC, what is it? If you don't know, it's the Worldwide Developers Conference for Apple. Now it is software focused because it's for developers of software who are developing software for Apple Watches, Apple iPhones, iOS devices, Macs, Apple TV. So it is software focused. Now there's been so many rumors around that there's going to be all this hardware released at this convention. I very much doubt there is. There isn't. It's not going to happen. There's not going to be new Macs. There's not going to be new iPads. There's not going to be new Apple Watches. There's not going to be anything hardware related from my perspective. I've said it for the last few years, and every time I've been right, because everybody talks about it because I guess they want to put a video out with rumors and everybody's going to watch the video because there's rumors in it. It's not going to happen. There will be new iPads coming soon, a 10.5 inch replacing the 9.7 in the kind of Pro line, and of course the 12.9, the really massive one. They will be updated in the next kind of month, but it won't happen at this event, and they're not going to update the MacBook Pros. They released one at the end of last year. I've just bought one myself, but they're not going to release a new one now. It's not going to happen until closer to the end of the year, because all they're going to do is annoy everybody who went and bought the one even at the end of last year, not to mention me who bought one a few weeks ago. It happens every 12 months. Yes, there's updates that are going to happen, but it's not going to happen at this event. This event is going to be very much software focused. You can bank on it, I hope. So I've said there's not going to be any hardware. There is a rumor of a Siri speaker. Obviously Google are getting into the home automation with Google Home, so Siri speaker is the thing that is rumored. Now they're saying it's going to look like the Mac Pro. It's not going to look like the Mac Pro. The reason why it's not going to look like the Mac Pro is because the Mac Pro is on the way out. They've just come out and said it was a silly product and it looked wrong and it was wrong and it was silly. So I don't think they're going to make it look like a product that they've just kind of come out and said we made a mistake in that direction. I think that's kind of not a thing that Apple would do. There might be design hints, I guess, from that, but you know, the mock-ups of this looking exactly like that, it's not going to happen. But that speaker could happen because obviously that relates heavily back to developers, and it's a new product line. But I don't think the iPad's coming. I don't think the MacBooks are coming. And as I said, no watch yet, but later in the year. So let's talk software. What are they going to have? They're going to have Mac OS, iOS, Watch OS, and TV OS. Probably minimal changes to TV OS. Kind of maybe a few, evolution features. There's not a lot of information out there about that. Watch OS, they made some changes last year. I really like the time shift one. If I wanted to be able to work out what the time was, I could actually have like my main clock, and then I could have a clock with kind of New York time, LA time, and I could just roll the wheel and it would actually tell me and I could work out things. They removed that feature. So they made some improvements last year, but they also threw some kind of things out, baby out with the bathwater, and changed some things that didn't kind of necessarily need to be changed. So we'll wait and see on Watch OS as to what they do, but there's obviously going to be also potentially new features that are going to work with the next generation of Apple Watch. So in Mac OS, I'd like to see a dark mode. That would be nice. Everybody talks about it. Everybody wants it. Just do it. I don't want 1,000 different ways I can customize the look, but a light mode and a dark mode, yeah, that'd be cool. I think that the launch pad is just awful. It's a waste of space. It's a waste of time. It doesn't work well. For me, multitasking, I've got a 5K display and I've got my MacBook Pro screen. Sometimes I wouldn't mind dividing that up into kind of 4. I'm dragging and dropping, just being able to lock something to the side of the screen and then lock a couple of apps here. Hello, bird. But Mac OS will follow the naming structure of a California location, Monterey. I went there last year. Hello, bird again. So iOS, the one we use more than any other. So on the iPad, I hope they change it so you can kind of more tightly pack in your applications, because at the moment they're spaced out a mile, especially on the big iPad. So hopefully they do some integration that makes it work a little bit better on the iPad. On the iPhone, there's some issues there that really bug me, like swiping up from the bottom. You know, you want to turn on your torch, your camera, whatever, but then you've got to swipe to get to your music, and then you've got to swipe back, and then you're trying to turn down the brightness, but you keep on swiping across to the music player. There is so much room there. Now, Force Touch has been used nicely on the flash to turn the torch on. You can change the brightness. But up the top on Bluetooth, we can't select multiple Bluetooth devices as somebody goes flying past on their motorbike. I don't know if you can hear that. On our Wi-Fi settings, selecting a Wi-Fi network, selecting a Bluetooth device, you know, they could squeeze all that so easily into one screen, and I really hope they do. Dark mode, again, dark mode. Bring it to the Mac, bring it to the iPhone. Everybody's been asking for it forever, and we don't have it. So I think there's some things there that they can do to just, you know, sensible small things that make the experience better. Across all of these, Siri is still, well, in Australia, a load of rubbish. I can sit there and pronounce a basic word so many subtle ways with my accent. Clearly nothing. I say it in a bad American accent, gets it straight away. You know, Siri, I don't know what it's like in the US. Siri here is rubbish. It needs to be improved. It could be improved a lot. Hopefully they look to make some improvements there. I'm interested to see what they do with the speaker. As I said, it is going to be very much a software focused event. I don't think there's going to be any of that major hardware. As I said, maybe just the Siri speaker. Also with iOS, timers. We can do one timer. How hard would it be to do multiple timers? So often I am running a timer on my watch and a timer on my phone. 2 timers. Can't do it. Multiple timers to WatchOS and iOS, please. I mean, come on. You know, it's absurd. So there's some basic stuff that Apple could do so much better to improve their software across the board. It's not complicated stuff. So there you go, guys. It is basically a software event, no hardware, not going to see it. What do you think though? Please comment down below. What do you think you're going to see? Like the video, and of course, subscribe to the channel to see all my future coverage post WWDC and lots of other stuff coming up in the future. I'm Simon from Tech My Life Video, and we'll see you next time. Bye.